So now I call this thing straight talk. In fact, at first I put it hard talk. I said, no, this hard. Before parents begin to wonder which one is hard again. So straight talk is me and you. I'm a parent too. I've brought up children that are millennials, and I'm bringing up a Z now. So the ones we are bringing up here are the Z generation. I don't know whether any of you knows about them. Have you heard about Z? They are our children. And you need to know a bit about them so that you know how to work well with the school. So this day, by the time I finish with this, I expect that you'll be aware of PTA objectives. And let's take time to know your children and then work with the school. Objectives of PTA. The PTA, I expect that by now they will be working on a constitution. The chairman is going away. I'm talking about you. You have to work on a constitution by now. I can help you do that. I've heard PTA before, so I can give you the format, but we need to have the PTA constitution. You form a committee and work on that so that it will guide you on what you're doing here. All right. One of the I just put some objectives here. One, to promote the welfare of children and youth in school, in home and in community. To raise the standards of school and secure adequate laws for care and protection of our children. And then to bring into closer relation to school and home. That one I want to labor on it a bit. Now, on the content, I have this generation Z. Do you really know your children? That's how I titled this. These Z are the people that are between 0 and 24 years. And that's where our children are. All the ones in this school right now. Our teachers, some of them escaped that Z, but they're in the millennials. They're in the millennials. And most times, the millennials and the Zs, they are very similar. For disease, their research is still on because these children, they are driving us nuts. And if you don't take time, they rule you. They turn you into a lazy parent. And then they begin to do that thing that they want. And you sit down and be laughing. They are children. That is how they do. It's not it. Please be on your toes. That's what this generation Z is about. And their research is still on. So anyway, let me just tell you a bit about them. You can see more racially and ethnically diverse than any previous generation. All these are talk on tribal sense. They don't know about that. They mix with everyone. It's really that I think, hey, don't go here. This one is bad. This one is. They don't know that. And they'll tell you, please leave me alone. They are on track to be the most well-educated generation because they have so many things to learn from. The ones they see, the ones they read, the ones we don't even know that they know about. They teach us. I'm sure some of you will teach you. Then they seem to have mind of their own, of course, manipulative, lying, and commanding generation. This is the only thing I thought here is even enough. You see this lying and manipulative. You could remember that video on Mommy Calm Down. I don't know what people felt about it, but the child later got an award. Good for them. But that was, in fact, I called my Z. I told him, please come and watch it and tell me what you think. He finished with me. Hey, Mommy, what do you want me to say? I said, say something because this is what me and you do in this house. So tell me, what did you see? And the child is just expressing, you know, we have our own mind. So he's expressing that. I said, this is manipulative. You see, they'll just get you to just do that thing that they want. It's not about what we want. And the poor woman on that video then, what she was doing was just trying to send it across to the sister. This is what I've been telling people about this, my son. But the sister made it, it went viral. It's unfortunate, but all the same, you need to correct your child. Don't just leave them. And all these lies and manipulative things, sometimes they will come home and tell you some story. You don't even begin. What I expect parents to do is, you call the director, because that's the person you normally call. You know, tell the director, this is what my child said. Please, can you investigate and let's know how to correct this? Because we are partners, you know, in this thing. You can't leave it only for the school. But no, some of you will just call. They are shouting, this is what this person did. In fact, I'm pulling my child. This is that. The next thing, the director calls me. Thank you. Please, see what this person did, though. See what this parent. I said, okay, let us query this teacher. Because me, as HR, I believe in sanction. Query. Let us query so that the person will put this explanation in writing. And she say, no, I don't like this query thing. Because it demoralizes them. I can understand where she's coming from. You see, if you don't have passion and you're not a good person, you can't only you have to have passion to do this work. I can't really do it. I can't only speak. Because I don't have, you see, her patience is fantastic. Sometimes I look at her, I tell her, in fact, it's in your blood. Okay, so at the end of the day, we not query, nothing. Then what happened? We now call, let's talk to the person. When we hear the side of this teacher, it's like getting back to the parents. We'll be in this argument that, oh, so you not believe your own, I will not believe my child. So we just get the teacher to apologize and we move on. But you see, it doesn't encourage them. You're actually making them to lose confidence. They are human beings too, and they're here to help these children. If they cannot correct or do things the right way, and then you react the way you react, at the end of the day, some of them are afraid of putting things in communication book. Sometimes I see some things and I'll tell them, put it. They'll say, no, please, these parents are very sensitive. If you put this one now, trouble. I say, okay, please get clearance from director. I don't want that. So those kind of things. We need to partner with ourselves to get these our children on. Otherwise, we'll lose them totally. Then, of course, part of their distance, they have short attention span. So we need to watch and catch this early. In fact, I was watching their spelling bee on one of the occasions. I couldn't believe this. Ms. Veronica was just explaining why some got more marks than others. This is a 5 people. Some of them, there's rules and regulations. Pronounce the word first. Mention the syllables, and then before you spell. We'll talk 100 times. On that day, just that within those seconds, they've forgotten was once they get up, they are spelling the thing. So, and they know the spelling, but they didn't get the full mark. So their attention span is usually very low. So we need to really work on that and guide them from home as well. Madam, that's what we are going through. And they are digital natives. This one you already know. They'll pick your phone and show you the one you have not even seen your phone before. When you want to correct something, in fact, some games in that phone, I've never played one game. My son will take it and be playing something. What are you doing? Mommy, wait, this is your phone. You're smart, but you're not a smart person. Because if you're smart, you should know all these things that I'm doing here. And then another thing, please, know what to put in those phones. Because they'll go and see. They may not tell you, they'll come and discuss. When they school, I'll let you know about that. Then, okay, then less likely to be working as young adults. What this is talking here is, you see, most of them want skills than this thing we are teaching them in school. Read. Some are even having problems. Home fund, you're not giving them enough. I will come to that home fund later. So, this, they want an activist government, they look to government to solve problems. Yes, all these NSAS and Black Lives Matter is the seal that are there more. And then, of course, the millennials, you don't see, we are called the X generation. You will not see some of us there unless you are pushing them. We cook for them and bring the food and go. They'll be doing having this. We'll be encouraging them to do. This is their world. They want you to act. And if even in the home, I'm sure you see how they control you. You promise them something, you don't give it to them, you're in trouble. I mean, what is all that? So, if you know you can't do that, you don't promise them. Because you're already teaching them not to trust people. They are learning already there. So we need to be careful what we do with them. That is their generation. We can't do much about it. Okay. Then we have etiquette. This one is about just providing guidelines. Some of these things, we've talked about them in one of the PTAs that I was in the last PTA. You need to help the school to see that you have these things going on, even at home. Because what it just means is, good manners and comportment. Some of the teachers have talked about this already. Provides guidelines for our relationship with others, and then provides them. It varies from environment to environment. So, depending on where you are, there's etiquette, even in the law profession, wherever you work, we have etiquette guidelines. At home, set rules. There's nothing wrong with setting rules in your home for your children. especially during the holidays, when you know they'll be jumping up and down, you know. To set rules, bring out the time they sleep, bring out the time they should eat, and put sanctions so that they will learn that, you know, things are done orderly. Because what I think he mentioned it here, they have this free will thing at home. And when they come here, we are talking our own, it's like we are disturbing them. But you see, we have to talk. And at home, you have to be talkative. Because there's nothing like parenting this generation and you say you're a quiet mother. They will rule you. Honestly, the way they disgrace us, when you go out with them sometimes, they are long throats. You take them to back. In fact, my own is that I'll sit in one corner because they know me. I'll be looking, especially that my boy is. His eyes will be going sharp, sharp, sharp to know where mom is. And immediately his eyes catches my own and do like this. You see him quietly shifting away from them. They will rule you. Some parents will sit down and leave them their children. Leave them now. It's not about being children. You catch them young, train them. What did our Holy Book say? Guide the child the right way and you never depart from it. This is a normal thing. It's not about spoiling them and then sparing the rod. No. Balance it out so that we don't lose them. These guys are over smart. In fact, start from your home. When you have visitors in your home, what happens? You know, some of them, they will just come. You have starved your visitors from that. They will now crawl to that place and be looking at the person like they have never eaten in their life. Then the next thing, the visitor is now giving them, take, eat, follow me and eat. And, the parent will try to be, no, the visitor will say, no, it's okay. That children, don't accept it. Don't accept it. Tell your child, when I have a visitor, I don't even want to. Even my child that is 15 now is still doing that nonsense. He will just be crying and say, what are you crawling around? What's going on? Can you mind your business? Or you don't have something to do in that timetable because I'll put timetable. You follow it. So that you're not just, time to play, go and play. Football, you love to go. And then if I want to punish you, you not play ball, I'll see all the balls in the house. Hide them somewhere. That's enough punishment. So you know the one that works for you. Do it. Don't just leave them like that. It's not, and then with this COVID, you can't just have them having it their way. They will chop, drink from the visitor, and it's not right. That is bad manners, and they do it outside when you don't control them at home. Then on the hygiene, please teach them to be clean. Keep picking nose. Once you see them picking nose, even you adults, I guess you pick in their front and you don't wash your hands. When you catch them, tell them, wash. And when I enter, I see those nose doing what? I say, when you finish, please come, follow me. You can't wash your hands. If you do it at home, they'll be used to it. Even in school. It's not anything, it's not a rocket science. So, and don't touch the wall. That one is like I've lost it. I've taught it to even the teachers are touching it. So, I was brought up not to touch wall. In my house those days, in fact, when my little cousins come, they say, I don't like Uncle Peter's house. Uncle Peter's house, my father is Peter. Every time, don't touch wall. Every time, pick this one. Pick. You see, they'll say, please, they don't want to go there. We were brought up that way, and I raised my children that way. In fact, this my boy that is Z, that is running up and down. Once his friends come, the first thing you tell them, don't touch our wall. And I'll start laughing. I'm happy he has learned it. Do you understand? Please don't touch. Because they will get you every time we are painting. If you enter here, that is just painted. It's terrible. I don't even know. Sometimes I'll think, I say, where will I even? I can't win this one. So please help us. Be teaching them why we are still talking here. It's a two-way thing. We won't give up. Don't litter the floors and all that. We provide dustbin in all the classes so that they sharpen inside those doors. And at home, if you don't allow them to litter, when they come to another environment, they will be cautious. Don't think they're too early to learn. No, they're not too young to learn. They will do it. So just do your own part. That's all we are saying here. And then, of course, washing hands. And then this feeding that some of you are too busy. We have become so busy to even know what's going on with our children. I'm also guilty of that, so I'm not just accusing you. These nannies that pack their food, do you check sometimes? Because we still rotting food. We have seen, this kind of need. I don't know if whether it's model or term, I don't even know what to call it. They'll put it at this arm, and then their uniform will stay. And of course, when they come home with dirty uniform, especially those in primary, you will now be saying, why are you not guiding my child to feed well? Why should we? But how much can we really do? Give them that tender need that they can call, because we are teaching them to use fork and knife. Don't give them spaghetti and give them spoon. It doesn't go. Teach them. Up to now, we adults use spoon to eat rice. My younger brother, in fact, no matter what I talk, up to he's a married man now with children. I tell him, what do you teach your children? You come to my house, well, it's like you need shovel. Because even the spoon, she says, this spoon is small. I need the data. When you go to your house, just begin that one. So what you now use it to pack. So how do you teach your child? People we are in modern world and we are doing British and Nigerian curriculum. We need to match up now. We can't be British with the British. Then we now go to the back and be. I'm just talking, please, because I'm experiencing this in my house. Then teach them to wash their hands always. Of course, I've mentioned this for food. So check your mates and how they pack that. Some of them don't teach. They tell us, I don't want this food. I don't like it. And I'll tell the teachers, put it in communication book that this child does not like this food, so that the parents will know and give them what they like. I don't know. Sometimes they will even be afraid to put it to. I mean, what are they? In fact, I used to have a staff that would say, I'm afraid in this person. These teachers are afraid in you. They're afraid in you and they shouldn't afraid you. Honestly, I don't like that. They shouldn't be afraid of you guys. Because you should, we are working together. And mind you, they are millennials. They are the Y generation. You know about Y? Have you ever thought, done any research on this generation? These are teachers. None of them is 40 years, right? Is any of you 40? From their age, I have their records. None of them is 40. So they all fall into the millennial people. So they are closer to this Z. They know them better than you and I that gave birth to them. You think you know them. No. These teachers know them better because they understand themselves. They are in that group, the Y and the Z. So when they tell you certain things, please work with us a bit. Then on comportment and good conduct, the head teacher spoke a bit about it. And charity begins that way. So textbooks have already said that there's power in tongue. Where is this one? You see, let me be looking inside my slide. I don't know where. Set the rules ahead. Yeah. Okay. You see, like I said, set rules. Right now, every classroom has rules and they have sanctions. We had a training here last weekend or so, and they were really told to make sure they set rules in their class. So that, and there's always a sanction attached to it. Because these days that we cannot flog you, we have to do something that must pinch you. You have to pinch them so that they will feel that pain and know that this thing that you just don't correct a child without letting that child know why you're even correcting them. Because it's a waste of time. So you correct them, let them know why you're correcting them, and then give them that sanction. Tell them, yes, it's because you didn't do this. That is why this is happening. So next time, the person knows how to do better. Teach them this approach too. Their toilets, especially the males. I don't know why they don't flush toilets. Is that what happens at home? Anytime I enter toilet and it's not flushed, I come back to the classroom. It's a male that enters. Please, let's train our male children. They are going to marry wives. You see how their wives are killing them these days. Don't let anyone kill your person. Train them. While we are also doing our own part. Don't neglect them. All that things they are thinking is the baby girl. There's a lot of attention on girl child already. Face these your boys at home. They are quite adorable and very smart. So this TV thing. The implication is that they come to school expecting to. He has already mentioned that. And do not quarrel in their presence. Don't use abusive words. This will shock you. Look at what we are seeing there. Parents discuss sensitive things in their presence and they talk about it in school. Look at some of those things. My dad travels and only comes back to sleep with my mom. Unsolicited information they are giving us. So it's not about, hey, let your sister not be asking too much questions and bringing out things that don't concern them from them. Teacher is not asking anything. These children are just talking their own. And the teachers are listening. This is a real thing in this school. We are not mentioning names or parents, but that's it. And then this other one, my dad is not happy that my mom always comes back home late and he thinks she has a relationship with her boss. Primary school. That even crush, Are you aware of that crush, man? I don't know what crush is. My son came back from school one day, Mommy, I have something to tell you. I said, what is that? I have a crush. I said, wait. Get them to talk with you so that you know what's going on. I said, please, what is crush? What is that one? I said, please, Mom, it's not a laughing. I was laughing. He said, no, it's not a laughing. You need to pray about it. That was it. That was it. Why my son will not kill me? It's like I didn't, the ones before him are married though. 2 girls. It's as if I didn't even raise those ones. This Z, made me to start researching into them to understand what is going on. And we haven't even seen it all yet. He told me, let us pray. It's a serious matter because I said, okay, is she in your class? He said, yes. Now, anytime she enters, I lose concentration. I don't know what they're talking again. I'll be looking at her, looking. And I was looking at my boy. When he was even talking with me, I said, look at your hair first. Let's start with you. Look at your shoes that is even looking like this. But I said, you see, that boy, is the girl looking at you? He said she doesn't even know that I'm a secretary. She won't know. So please concentrate. There's time for everything. First of all, gather yourself. See how dirty you are. How do you think she will look at you? I said she won't look at you. And by the time you're growing, you enter university first before you even. People meet people they marry in university. So when you get to that point, we can begin to. Then you're a fine boy. You can clean up well, and be working. And see this one that every time you're running instead of walking, you will never walk. It is to run. So I don't know what crush is. So please, can we concentrate? He said, okay, Mommy, I understand. So I said, okay, let us pray. Since you have said we need to pray about it. So we prayed though. And bound the demon's of distraction. After which, of course, I didn't ask anything again. That time finished. The next time I now asked you, how about that crush? That one is, I'm not looking at it again. I've understood what you told me. There's time for everything. Why am I going to study myself? I said, good. So it's good that he told me. Get your children to talk with you. If you're not that kind of parent that you always drive them away when they come to you, you will not get anything from them. Always accommodate them because sometimes you come back from work, you're tired. They are now coming with their wahala. If homework is the worst, don't even look at it any longer. I'll come to that. So at the end of the day, you and them are like cat and dog inside house. By the time you are done, they can't even come to you to tell you anything. So who do they discuss with? They come here and start talking. And when you're talking, I don't even know how you control that, How do you talk with your spouse without them interrupting? You need to be careful what you discuss when you're with your spouse because this thing we are seeing is not really a very good thing. And the teachers have told them, you advise them that it's not good to drop on your parents or on anybody. It's bad manners. So they shouldn't. But sometimes we don't even control it. And some tell us that their parents are even selfish. And they give us examples. So there's something you're doing. I'm telling you. Honestly, that's why this is a straight talk. We are all guilty. So let's just go. You know what selfishness is now? I don't need to tell you what selfishness is. So you know that thing you're doing for your child to come and say, they're selfish. So they know what they're talking about. And they also learn to be selfish, matter of fact. It's not that they just say it. They will do like mom and dad. And that does not lead us anywhere. Bless them always. You see, I was coming back from church last week. One woman, as we were leaving church, the son was running up and down, and she was with the other girl. All I heard, I was behind her. Three times she shouted, "Would you come back here? Onuku." You know, Onuku. In fact, it's a long time I heard Onuku. I'm a people person. But that Onuku, I can hear but Onuku is like a fool, right? Onuku. Okay, that was not enough. As we were told, another Onuku, and then the third one. No, I couldn't hold it because me, I can't pronounce. Hey. As the woman was entering her car, I came close to her. I said, "Madam, can I say something?" He was like, "Well, you don't know me, but I know the clothes you are wearing me." I said, "You called your child Onuku 3 times. You think this person? Do you know what Onuku is?" So, if you're not blessing your child and you're calling this child Onuku, the child, you are cursing your child. Then the child becomes Onuku. For real. And then that Onuku is like a fool. The child becomes a fool because of power of the tongue. And then imagine the child comes to school and begins to behave like a fool in the class. And the teacher notices and manages to tell you parents, maybe in context, that one, they'll even be afraid of writing. Maybe they'll tell direct. And this child is behaving like a fool. How would you react? This is just for you to guide and know what is going on. There's something wrong with this child. I will pull my child. What nonsense? There's nothing wrong with my child. I'll pull my child. Which school are you even going to? The one in heaven or on earth? This school here, they're even having one-on-one. You see, I like school that like this. I remember bringing my child up in my next door neighbor school. One compound before they moved into 2 compounds. My husband was having problem with it. That's all this one school is. Please, I want a good learning environment. I said, where your son will be swallowed, nobody will follow him up as distracted as he is. I said, he's doing well. And when I took him on holidays to my mom, because my mom is a retired supervisor of school, she headed school, she taught. When I took him to my mom at 4 years, my mom said some little things for him, and he got them. And my mom was asking me, which school does the child go to? That is a good school. I told my husband, is that one corner school by my house? See, at least my mom is 35, she's a teacher, so she should know better. That is even said, I can't even set it. Because she's in the learning, and I'm not there. So, anyway, so what we are saying is, learn to bless them. When the teachers now say that they are behaving, the person is doing like, you will now blame it on the teacher. You've forgotten that you caused your own child from home. So, can we work together? Parents, can we work together? I'm glad some men are here because we need men. Most times it's the women battling with this thing, but the men, we need that strong force, especially for our boys. Somehow they need strong hands. They overpower the mothers. And they manipulate us more than they manipulate you. Because we'll not check how we carried you 9 months. How we don't want you to suffer and be spoiling you. But the man, by the time my husband brings out the head of himself and faces myself, I need to do that. Please don't kill my son for me. You see, you're here spoiling, and now he's no more. I'm battling with it. He was not alive to watch this boy enter secondary. And I know what I'm going through. In fact, I've sent him to a mission school where they're checking him well. He will be a good boy. He will be a leader. His father named him Kwame. After Kwame, like this boy is going to be a leader. So there's something in your name. Give your children those kind of names that will help them. Don't curse. All these cursing in the hair. That's why I'm going to tell them in here. Not to take food from strangers. I've mentioned that. If without showing you first. You see these things. All these parties we do here sometimes, and they come in and they gather their food. I'm not sure they're supposed to eat it here. I just supposed to. Well, all these party parts, they're supposed to take it home because after all, they came with food. They do, right? They should. Because those days, my son will finish eating his own and bring me the empty part. We did party. This one, that one. So where is it? I finished eating and he didn't come back in. I said, did the thing didn't come home before you tell me I didn't come back in? Or you want me to investigate? You know whether you finish it at 2 before coming home. You know? So, we need to teach them. And you notice that the children of the elite, the rich, because the parents here are all middle class and above. There's nobody like low class. Our children misbehave more than the children of those ones that are cleaner. I want to give a good example because this is experiential. It's not just to talk and talk. One of the people that used to do my hair those days came to the house from one of these manufacturing places, they call them, in Abuja, came to my house to do my hair and came with the son. That son was like 5, 6 years. And I saw the son, where I now brought her one fine biscuit that I know the mother cannot afford and gave this child. I could not believe my eyes. I looked at my family and said, hey, how long would I finish eating this thing before I even like? So at the end of the day, I said, what? Before I said, no, I will not take. So the mom now looked at me, I said, you can take, she's a good and you can take. I said, so you were able to train this child? She said, yes, he does not take anything from stranger. This is a deprived child. My own, that have chocolate, this one, that one. Yes, the long throat. So it's training. If this poor one can get that kind of thing, I don't know why we can't train our children to be better than that. So where are we now? Leave this place. Learn to tell them I love you. Okay, that one is there. Getting ready for school. Please help them with dressing. Some of them come in with their flying, and their hair are not combed, and things like that. Their shoes not well laced and all that. And we have uniform. Some of them still come to school without their ties, even belts. Some of the trousers could be going down, no belt. And then their shoes, they are wearing the wrong shoe. So you need to look into that. Because I'm sure you were handed the correct uniforms your children should wear. Most times it's not even your fault. Because you're not there. Well, they're dressing up that child is your nanny. Sometimes it can be you, but it keeps you. So just try and help us, because it's all part of rules and regulations and bringing up a better child. And then, of course, those in primary, be taught to date themselves. I don't know, are your children dating themselves or your nannies are dating them? Those small ones, yes, we can still help them, those nursery. But primary, they should start dating themselves by now, so that you teach them as they are going. Coming late, time management. Yeah? What? I shouldn't talk that one. Somebody is already telling me not to talk because she's guilty. But I see them, they're still watching while we are playing. Not, But you see, I don't know. Most times we have a problem, the buses come late as well. So, but we have got reports that they wait for some children, more than what they, and we need to get that, we need to set rules that will give you the minimum time that will horn, because those days when they come to pick my child, by the time they're horning the third time, they will leave my son and go. One day they left him. I told you, you know what? You're threatening to that school today. You see, I will not pay for bus and now come and pay again for a car to take you. When I have woken you up since you were there taking your time and doing the one you want. So we need to help them. And we need to start it here so that they don't make others come late. When the buses come, sometimes we're almost finishing our prayer. The buses are landing. And since it's our boss, we can't punish them. I don't even want to talk about those ones that are not following us, that are living in front and are still walking in late. You know yourselves. Okay. Some parents bringing themselves on their own. Go, leave this place. How much time do we get them to sleep? You see this thing? No matter what we do, we need to have time for children to sleep. Even we as adults. Look at their time. The preschool. Those are nursery, 3 to 5 years. This is the time they should at least have 10 to 13 hours of sleep. But you see, what we are seeing is that parents are not even checking, especially those in the primary. They will just be in their room with gadgets. I don't know what gadgets to keep for them and go to your room and leave for them. So in fact, I've entered the class repeatedly. A particular child will get because they always beat you. What did that do to me again? Did you sleep well? Did you sleep well? I'll tell them yes. I tell them, what about you? Did you sleep well? No, I did not sleep well. I said, so why? I was awake almost 12 for 1 day. And I told the teacher, put it in competition to and then there's a lot of people are not knowing, honestly. And give these teachers some confidence. Tell them you want to know. I have to go to my son's school one day to tell them, this my child, this is doing his homework. Because sometimes he skips me. I'll not even ask him. And then he will hide under the fact that mommy is too busy. That's what happens. A lot is happening under home phone. You know. Because you didn't see it. And then, so I'll now ask them. So when they come to school without homework, what do you do to them? They say, when you talk them now, parents will. I said, no, people beat my child. Flog my child. I want that kid. Because if he gets that kid, I won't be running around him to do homework. So, okay, you don't want to flog. Okay, find out something. You know he likes football. Don't go and play football. That is break time. Let him remain in class. There has to be a sanction. So, work with teachers to tell you how you can make your children to be better children. Am I talking some sense? Yeah. Or I'm just, disturbing your brain? I hope I'm not disturbing your brain because this is a serious matter. I can't even talk too much I want to talk here. So anyway, go, leave this place. Adults, all of us, you have our time to sleep and set it and monitor it, work on it, if you work. Because I do it in my home and it works with this my Z. I'm calling him Zio because that is where he is. Z generation. They are the toughest. We should make our children responsible for their learning. Okay, we're in home fun now. By thinking on their own and bringing out results. Some of you have already mentioned it here. These days it's not about home, what they come back with. You read your book, this. There are some things those are days. We used to even cook as children. We carry a small plate at the back, and go outside and set small firewood. And we bring small cooking. We bring time. This one is salt. We bring one. We did all that. It's learning. We're learning to cook as girls. And it will arouse our interest. When our mom is cooking, we enter kitchen. We want to know how our mom is cooking. We want to be part of it. Then the boys will also have their own to be doing. But these days is homework. In fact, some of you are telling us to increase homework. Some are saying it is too much. So we need to iron out what it will do. You have time to talk. Okay, some parents will home phone in their own notes. Some of you even do the homework for them. We see your handwriting in the notes. You are the one that did. So what are we giving them homework? If it's you that. Thank God you even know it. Some parents don't know. There was one thing in social media. The woman had to run to speak. Say, listen, I did not pay you people. So I don't know this thing. If I knew it, why would I send my child to your school? So the parents cannot even help the child, but at least you would know, and you're helping them to write it. But please, you need to teach them to breathe. Don't breathe. And if they fail it, at least the teacher will know that yes, this child still needs some learning points on this. So we can guide them better than you sitting down to do it. And I'm sure you're doing it because I bet you don't want stress. If you do this and sleep, because the child will be there, disturb you that you cannot rest. You become a lazy parent. Instead of you to teach it, you are doing it. You're doing it for them and not guiding them. Let them not turn you into lazy people because that's what they want us to do. And I keep saying it. If you become lazy, it's just like a teacher telling you they are quiet. In fact, that's their teacher told them, if you're a quiet person, please quit this teaching because you must be talking. Especially if you're dealing with these nursery ones. You must talk, talk. Child, you will become a talkative. So you can't tell me you're a teacher and you're quiet. I don't like to talk. I don't like to shout. Please quit that profession. It's not for you. The same thing with parenting. If you cannot talk and shout and become talkative in your own house, you're not ready to be a parent. You see, parenting, the easiest part is carrying that baby 9 months. Once you've given birth, I remember my days is when I finish giving birth, I'll start crying in the night because I'm not sleeping. One day my mom said, why are you? I said, Mama, this thing is too much. I said, oh, you will see what we saw. You see, and I had 5 of you, only 3, and you are complaining. So the easiest part is carrying them is when they come out, you have work to do. So you must stop, otherwise they'll be doing those things. And they know that home, what do you call it? That time of lockdown. All those home funds they were giving children. Some parents were not even following up. I don't even want to take this school because I'm on the chat platform of my son's school. And I noticed some parents were not even. One day my son called one of them. And that one said, please, I don't even know where to go to classroom. Or all these ones. In fact, we don't even have data. I was just listening to my son. He didn't know I was behind the kitchen. And my son told me, if you have mommy like me, you must know it. You must go and find that. In fact, my mom will go and bring out the classroom and tell me, oh yeah, sit down. Because he will tell me, I cannot find it. Meanwhile, he will be browsing some other things. So how did you go there? You'll be checking on how to hack into my spectranet or hack into this one. Because you see, you need to check them. You need to check what they do. I have to go to what do you call it? That place that you check history. I opened this, what I start to get right. I called my daughter, that one ran because she's in her husband's house. In Abuja, she ran from the mommy and said, from 5 cents. How? See what my boy is doing with my daughter. And yet he cannot enter classroom. He can't find where this lecture is. Hi. I didn't know. My boy was like, hey, what will I do? Immediately he told me, you know, stop. Mommy, I can explain. I think you've been explaining this thing for 4 years. You have been telling me, I'm sorry. You've been explaining, and I'm not seeing it. 15 now, you are still explaining. When are we going to something? But I was happy that he had to tell that if you have a mommy like my own, you must go to that class and you must do it. So at least you know somebody got his head. But if you're not there, it won't work. Okay, so I'm tired. So go leave this place. Some people that are so dishonest mention that they have home for me. We have talked about that. Some parents don't follow up. Yes. So you need to follow up. Go ahead. What's there? Child developmental learning. Look at, you need to know this thing. I don't know whether you can read it, but let me read it out. A child's developmental or learning level is not measured by how many homework he brings home. Rather, what evident change is noticed in the child. If we keep bombarding them with homework when they don't have the time to be children, when do they have the time to be children? This is that homework, and then when do they have time to play and explore other means of learning? Because I've mentioned this one, that they can also learn from. It doesn't have to be that homework. And these days, they are going to be coming with hands-on things. So you need to be helping them. Once you see all these kind of things, help them with all these hands-on. Because they learn by experience, by things they taught. That's what they like these days. So we need to come out of where we are. We find ourselves begging parents to give us information. This one is on personal data. We have forms in the school. Some of you, Nelly, how far? Where is that? Admin, Nelly. Are there any parents that have not submitted the data on their children? Because we have them. We want you to give us, that place. You have places to tell us about their allergies, whatever medical condition. You understand? So we need you to see it so that we don't have the emergency. One time a child here had asthmatic attack. No, nothing. And we wasn't even in the book. So how careless can you be as a parent? That's not good. We need to have an idea what your child suffers, and we can help you to manage that child. All right. So please let us know, because that day we have to save this one by using the inhaler of one of the staff. We have a nurse, but she's not here all the time. And of course, nurses are not doctors that can handle a lot of emergencies. So let's know a bit about your children so that we can have an idea. They will have their allergies as well. Okay. Pickups. How careless can we be? We are too busy to give names of the people that are coming to pick your children. Most times we are there. They are phoning. You are not even answering because you're busy. They are calling to confirm if this person that has come to pick your child is the right person, because that's not the person that used to come. So how can't you tell the school that somebody is coming to pick your child? There was one we called, and I said, okay, the person lives within this. I said, okay, maybe we should take the person to the house. What is going on? It's all lazy parenting. I don't know what else. And these days of kidnapping, we will keep doing what we do as a school. If we can't get, we keep that child there. It's just that you have to pay us extra. If the teachers have to keep your child and be waiting. We have to keep your child until you hear us before they go home. So if you want to quarrel with us, we will tell you why you have to keep your child. You should know now. You can't give your child to somebody who don't know. Sometimes the school calls and leave this place I've talked about. It's better with communication books. They've already talked about it. Please, that feedback is important. Leave this place. And then, of course, we have invested a lot in this teacher. You can actually solve them. We've invested and still investing. And there are people that their minds are here. They want to do this thing. They have all their teacher education qualification. So they're not just people, and anybody that is still acquiring certain qualification, we make them an assistant. So all the people that are in the classes, the class teachers, all have the qualification that we need. And they're going training. So you can actually have that confidence in them, okay? I can tell you that. Right. So when they talk, listen, because they're helping to build your children. And then our children now, they receive awards. So help them to shine. There's award in neatness, best this, best that. So when school brings out those things, help your children to have that competition to get awards. Because I used to tell my son, so all these awards that are going on in this, which one will you bring them? Every day I will come here and be clapping for other children. When will I clap for both? When he was living, he was head boy and he was best in English and math. I say, hey, now we are talking. Oh, we have to be talking. No? So what's this? Sometimes you feel like your child cannot cope with the next class, but you pressure the school. Sometimes, your child must not move to that next class. But the pressure we get from parents, the next thing you see director shouting, what do you think? I will even join her now and support her. Because they say know the mind. In management, they tell us know the mind of your boss. When I know her mind, I follow her and do that mind. Not necessarily that I'm happy, honestly. Because we want to make you happy. You don't want your child to remain in that class because you feel that the mates have gone up. Why she's in, after all, he's writing this one in the house. The teachers know better. They know why your child should repeat that class. In fact, I made my son to repeat SS1. He didn't fail. His mates are in SS2. I said, no, I'm not pleased with this. He has to go back. So I took him to the school where he started all over. Because that COVID time, I didn't understand what they studied. So he's repeating SS1 and he told me one, I'm going to do you proud. And I heard this on phone and I was happy. Do you understand? So it's not about my child. Where are they running to? They'll finish, come out, no job. They're galivanting. Prepare them well. Teach them things that they need to know. That's the important thing first. All children don't learn at the same space. They talk about differentiation in learning. And then some people need special attention. And of course, the teachers are doing that. So no child is left out. They told you themselves. Go, leave this place. Growth of the school. PTA. Of course, you know that you're supposed to be part of the growth of the school. For now, so many things are on the school. The chairperson needs to gather the PTA and begin to think of that one. You talk with the director on how you can come in. Whatever it is that you started putting together PTA lazy, whatever it can do, or somebody can donate. Those days, we donated bus even for our schools. It's not a big deal. If you can, fine. Or if you can help the need, the school has to, whichever. These are things PTA does because that's where your child is learning and we need this growth. So PTA has its own work. And then in conclusion, please learn to appreciate the teachers of your children. They have already, Ms. Veronica said it here herself. Learn to appreciate them. In whichever way, there's difference between bribery and gratification. I don't want to ask you parents, what is bribery? Or what is gratification? These two things, they are different. You can even try to explain it here. Bribery is an inducement. Do you understand? For gratification, you're pleased with what this person is doing. It doesn't have to be money. It can be anything. Those days, I'll look at the leg of my child's teacher and I ask, what is the size of your shoe? Because I didn't like that shoe that the shoe was wearing off. So all those kind of things, you encourage them. This director here has even had to send teacher of her child abroad. At least she can afford. The one you can afford, do appreciate them because honestly, they're trying a lot. I can't do what they do. They have the patience and the passion, and that's why they're teachers. Thank you very much.